Hey, uh-oh. I ain't got my ain't even got my mic over here. Y'all forgive me. Make sure I got my mic hooked up. Nope, got the wrong mic on. All righty, got the real mic on now. Yeah, touch your nose. So yeah, y'all forgive me. I'm up here booking for the boys summer program. So we coming on down to the end where the full group, and then it just go to just select boys that we help throughout the school year with school clothes, supplies, stuff like that. Just monthly help. So thank y'all for the support. The link is in the description. Lord knows I need you. Woo, this week right here costing me. This week costing me probably 10, 15,000 out of pocket trying to help these boys. So we definitely gonna be looking into some things for next summer. Cause Lord knows, especially when it's a recession like this. Woo! But for those of y'all who have supported, thank you so much. I mean, it means more than you know. Just book the boys' flights, and only typically we take 6 mentors. This trip we'll only take 2, just finances. And so flights was 6,300, and that's not even including 2 of the boys coming back. So it would have been 67, 6,800. But now I got to get the hotel room. Hey, ain't now one of y'all a GM at a hotel? Give a little family deal. Send me an email if you got a family deal. I need to go check my email, see if one of y'all wrote me about that discount. My goodness. But I've been talking to people who work at places and they saying, Tony, we can't even get no deal. Our people hating on us. The recession is so bad. But wanted to talk to you about this right here. And we're going to go through some of these here lies that social media tells us about love and relationships. We're going to go through that. I may have to pause and come back if my wife calls me because she and another mom and our son and the other mom's 2 sons are in an Airbnb right now because they play tomorrow. And so we had to, so I had to book them an Airbnb. Lord knows, didn't want to do that, but save her from driving 2 hours there and back every day for the next few days. So, want to chat with you, and we're gonna go through this right here and get us some insight on this, and need you to get to a place to where you can take and have, you know, a understanding of what you got to sort through. And we talked about that. We talked about that as we are, studying and we looking through, and every all this stuff that is out here online, and you going through, you see this what they talking about, and people are making their videos and everybody got something to say and don't have a clue what they be talking about. And that right there is what's hurting us. And so I want you to realize that you got to filter everything you watch, everything you listen to. You have to filter it and run it through and make sure that there is some validity there. Now, one of the first lies that we've been told by social media is relationship goals. It's unfortunate too that the brother actually named his book Relationship Goals. His book's name that, his show's name that. That is one of the first lies. Nobody should be your relationship goals. Nobody. Your relationship goal is a internal job. Point blank period. Your relationship goals. Yeah, tomorrow. Okay, yeah. Your relationship goals is, y'all forgive me, I had to book another Airbnb for my sister. I'm around here Airbnb king over here. I need stocks in Airbnb. It's what you do internally. It have nothing to do with what you see of me or any other person online who is in a relationship. Because one thing I'm gonna tell you, you don't live with us. You don't know what go on behind closed doors. And one thing that I have learned from being a relationship coach for the last 17, 20 years is you can't believe nothing you see. You can believe portions of it. You can believe seasons of it. But every single relationship goes through. Every couple argues. Every couple struggles to get along. You know why? Because we human. Every human have a difference of opinion. So you're gonna have seasons where everything good. But I'm gonna tell y'all what when everything is good. When everything is good, somebody is being the bigger person. If both people decide not to be the bigger person, if both people decide to be who they are, to be themselves, to have their opinion, to be in their way. So it's kind of like if you want your relationship to work, somebody got to lay down. Somebody got to submit. If you want the relationship to work, it got to be a chief in the tribe. If both of y'all want to be the chief, it's gonna fail. So listen, it's time to where my wife, she like, hey, what you want to do? What you think about this? What you think about this? And it's time to where she feels strongly about something. If my wife feels strongly about something, I'm gonna let her have it. I'm gonna let her have it because I'm gonna take the lesser. I'm gonna take the lesser of two evils. I'm not finna fuss and fight. I'm not finna be okay. You feel really strongly about where they go to school, you can have it. Go right ahead. You can pick where they go to school. You feel strongly about where we live. All right, I'm cool. Like I'm good. What stuff I'm gonna feel strongly about is respect, discipline, stuff like that. I really ain't gonna feel strongly about nothing else. Like ain't gonna be no back talking, ain't gonna be no disrespect, ain't gonna be none of that. As long as that right there, as long as we see eye to eye on that right there, all the other stuff, I'm not finna get in the weeds with it. I ain't getting in the weeds with that. So that's what y'all got to realize and understand is it got to be something to where you realize and you get to a place. Y'all forgive them. They're trying to book a SUV. For the boys' trip, we already booked the van. Trying to book an SUV. I already know they want that SUV. Probably so they go to the club when the boys go to sleep. Durango. Durango. Boys trying to get a Durango on the road. Y'all up to. And so it's what you got to realize. That's an inside job. And I'm gonna tell you, don't pay attention to nothing. Oh, he got her this, he got her that. That goes into the next lie. Instagram couples. Listen. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. There's one thing about it. Y'all forgiving one of the mentors in the program writing me. Oh, it is on national. And hey, y'all, thank you. Had a blessing. Um, from some of the supporters that helped us. Y'all forgive me. Let me send this here money to the mentor. They booking the vehicles. Let me send this. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Now, this is the thing too. Now, I might be too mature. I don't know. I don't want to pat myself on the back, but I might be too mature because I don't be falling for none of it. Or I guess it's just because what I do. But I never forget, coaching so many couples that online, everything is perfect. Like everything's going amazing online. And then, but in real life, it's they breaking up. They going through. It's a lot going on. And so once I started to see that, like, oh, like everybody go through. It don't matter how many photo shoots you do, how many pictures you take, you go through. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's really hard to set a camera up and to go back and to take the picture. It's extremely hard. It's extremely hard to do that. It's extremely hard. So you have to realize that, like, if you ever been in a relationship and you out to eat or you go to the theme park, to get that angle where y'all holding hands and y'all walking past the camera, you got to go set the camera up. Then you got to come back to where you were. Then you got to hold hands, fake smile, and then walk past the camera. You a film producer. At that point, you ain't even in no relationship. You Steven Spielberg. You Spike Lee. This a Spike Lee joint. At that point, like, think about that now. Then the wind knocked the tripod over. Bird come by, sit on top of the camera. Somebody walk right in front of your shot. So the next thing you know, is y'all forget one of the players. Y'all forgive me. One of my mentees in the boys summer program. So that's what you got to realize. That thing, you tired, you stressed out. Oh, we ain't getting a shot. Oh, we ain't getting a shot. Imagine doing a podcast together. Y'all arguing, putting all y'all business out there. Now everybody know who do what, who come up short where. So now the woman know exactly how to play on the man. The men know exactly what to say to the woman because y'all put all your business out there on the podcast. And then if you ever been in a relationship, what you gonna see and notice is that you gonna have what you gonna see and notice is you gonna have people to where you see stuff, you like, hold on. So y'all had to set the camera up in the bedroom, get the right lighting. Then you had to go climb in the bed and get under the covers and get on top of your person and go to kissing them. I remember a lady filmed that one time and she was showing that, talking about the slow night. So something like that. Man, that ain't no slow night. I'm gonna give you an Oscar. What you talking about? The slow nights, man. That's a long night. That's a hard night right there. Like all that production, all that camera work. Man, we need to give you an Emmy. We need to give you an Emmy for drama. It's like you got to really think about that. And here's the thing: the mind, the way the mind works, the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind, you see that stuff, you pick it up, and you start to believe it. You like, man, I want that. Man, I wish I had that. Man, I want that. Man, eesh. And just like that right there, boom. You start to feel bad because you ain't got that. But what you don't realize, that production set that they own, that they call in a relationship and relationship goals, they're an Instagram couple, and that's how they monetize. That production set sent them into a knockdown, drag out argument. They ain't even get no sleep. They were fighting through the night. Just off their production set. That's what you got to realize and understand right there. So that's what you gonna see. The next lie is what you gonna realize and see is all the love bombing. You see so much on social media. What you really be seeing with these new couples and all of that, you really be seeing love bombing. And you be like, oh, I want that. I want to be showered with love. I want to have all the role pedal. Y'all just met last week. Y'all ain't even been together 6 months. But you done took this woman around the world in 6 months. Y'all have been on 8 continents. And all we got is 7. In 6 months. Hold on now. Cause see, and I'm gonna tell y'all something too now. They showed the mental health of the young sister. You can't believe everything you see. Cause I don't like the way that man look. The white man who's with the black girl and took over there to Tanzania or Zamibia or somewhere, and she took her life. They said that also could be a result of love bombing. Oh yeah, y'all ain't think about that now. Oh, she just was crazy. Oh, she just ain't have her mind. You don't know what it's like if that man was love. If he loved, look, like, listen. Why would you take her over there if you know she got mental health issues? If you truly, if I know a woman got mental health issues and she done already showed the signs, I'm not gonna take her to no Tanzania. I'll stand my butt right in America. We going to the Fountain Blue in Miami. So if you start to have an episode, we get on up out of there, get right on back home. Put that ice pack on your head, call your psychiatrist. I'm not finna fly across the world. So to me, that sounds like something up. Like, what you going way over there for? What is you going way over there for? And what they need to check is if he had a secret life insurance policy on him. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know if he used that Social Security card. Get some stuff in her name. Got a whole business deal in her name that ain't nobody even checked into. So I just ain't buying all that. Just mental health. Yeah, that could have been it, but somebody putting you on private jets and taking you to feed giraffes in the Sahara Desert and all of that, you eating grapes out of golden chimpanzee booty, and you round here, all it right here in the third, like somebody could gaslight the mess out you. And so that be love bombing. Like what he did for her in an engagement, I ain't took my wife. I'm what they call a millionaire. And I ain't took my wife over there to pet the lions. So to me, that's love bombing. You ain't even married. What you on that side of the world for? You're not even Blake. Why are you going to Africa to go out there with the lions and the tigers and bears? Y'all and Jennifer Hudson. That don't make no sense to me. So now, oh, I want lobster and pasta. Got my white boy, give me lobster and pasta. And then you see that right there, boom, over there, boom. Sister took her life. And then they showing her in the streets with her clothes out there on the ground, and parents say she had mental health issues or whoever said it. But it's like, we don't know what triggers was in there. We don't know what triggers, and we don't know if the triggers was being pressed on purpose. We don't know that. And see, that's the thing. So see, a lot of time we just judge what we see. We just judge what we see. And we could be dead wrong. That's why I try to tell you, anything I'm assessing, I'll let you know, like, listen, this is my assessment. That's why I'm not talking specifically about them. Just extract the lessons as if what we are seeing is true, but what we're seeing could be all a lie. It could be all a mirage. So you got to understand that. A lot of people don't. The next lie that plays into there is comparison. Like, let me help y'all understand something. Some people do not care. Some people have no integrity. When I tell you that there are people who can get you any type of designer that you want. Any type of designer. And you can't tell a difference. The box, the tissue paper, the dust bag, the card, the authenticity card, all of that. China can make it all. So you can see this woman post her Christmas or her birthday, and it's Hermes, Chanel, YSL, Gucci, Louis, Prada, and you sitting there jealous. You sitting there, man, why I ain't got that? Lord, why you overlooking me? That woman got $500 worth of stuff that you think is $250,000 worth of stuff, and you feeling bad about yourself, and now your man spent hard-earned $500 on you, and you about to suck a tonsil down. You sucking your teeth so hard because all your man had was $500, and then what you don't realize is what you looking at cost $500. But you ain't know. I know the people who do it. I just can't do nothing about it. I can't help you. I can't sell it to you because I go to jail. So I know the people who do it. I done seen it. And I'm gonna tell you like this: I got the real and I done seen the fake. And when I tell you can't tell the difference, sometimes the fake be better than the real. I'm like, how in the world is the fake designer better than the real designer? Because a better factory got the blueprint and made it better than the factory that the people go to. I say, what in the world? I can't believe this. But you sitting and you comparing. Let me tell you something. The other thing, some people, I'm one of them people, do not care about no debt. Dave Ramsey is a curse word in my house. Do not care about no debt. That's why I'm not no financial coach. Listen, I remember I went to Bahama one time and I went to the site. I went to look up the flights and went to book the hotel. And the site said, I think it was American Airlines. And you could click on vacation planning or vacation booking where you could book the flight, the hotel, all in one. And I went and booked the flight, selected the flight, select the hotel, the Atlantis, and then it said finance. Finance? What? So you mean to tell me I don't have to drop $5,500 right now? I could finance this for $484 a month for 12 months? Cha-ching. Hit the finance. I think the company was called something that's connected to the site. American is promoted it. They in partnership with them. Man, I finance that thing. Guess what? My haters seen me in Bahama like, man, Tony got it. Man, Tony living, man. How he in the Bahama? Financed it. Financed it. So that's what you have to realize. That comparison be a lie. And that be part of the lies we be told. I'll never forget when my client went into Giuseppe, tried on some shoes, took a picture of the shoe where you see shoe, toes, and carpet, took the shoe off, handed it back to the worker, and left out the store. Posted the picture of the shoes on Instagram with feet in it now. You can't tell it was in the store. She ain't show she was in the store. She just showed carpet and toe. So all of the followers, ooh, that was beautiful. Those amazing. Oh my goodness, those 2100. I want those out my budget, girl. Look, do you know they was out her budget too? Did not get them. The same way they be going to the store talking about, doing a haul from Aritzia, from Zara, and be in fitting room trying on all the outfits. Oh, love this, adding this to my collection. Child don't walk out of there with now garment. They went in there and drunk them people sparkling water and ain't buy a thing and don't care. Just go right up the street to the next mall next week, do the same thing, and you sitting there comparing your life. She ain't bought nothing. I remember I was at the Fontainebleau. These two young girls, they ran up to the main cabana that was out there on an island. It's out on a little island, little walkway up to it, got a little circle, got the big old bed on it. They went round the sign that said private and can't go here. They hopped around that sign, ran down the little runway, dove on the little bed, flipped out the phone, took a picture. Security went to hollering. They was already done, hopped up, ran out, posted Instagram. I know all their haters was like, how they got that cabana in the Fontainebleau? They probably put Fontainebleau, probably put that was on the cabana. And girl was on that cabana for 5 to 15 seconds. Done sold a dream, sold an absolute lie. Had they audience thinking they was doing it, boy. Them folk thought they was doing it. And so I'm gonna tell you like that right there. Boom. Just like that. Comparison. It'll get you every time. The next lie that we being told is the viral. See, this is the part that a lot of people don't think about. The viral dating advice. It ain't just, see, I'm talking about when they be going and saying stuff, what they was talking about. I don't even know what it is, but let me look. The viral relationship advice. So somebody taking, they got the 777 rule. Every 7 days, go on a date. Every 7 weeks, take a weekend getaway or overnight stay. Every 7 months, take a kid-free vacation. So now that viral advice, now that ain't the end of the world. But if your financial situation don't allow it, or then also you trying to do it, let's say go on a date. When I take my wife on a date, 2 of us, we go to a nice restaurant. It'd be a minimum. I tip 30%, so that kind of throws it off a little bit. But if you tip 15, 20, it'd be a little better. But it a minimum. We done went on a 2-person date, me and her, that done cost me $500. On average, it might be $250, $300. Now again, yes, if it's 200, then I'm paying 260 because I tilt 30%. So if it's 300, I'm paying 390. And so understand that. So that is like almost paying for another person almost, but it's just something I do, just a mental trick to stretch my mind. Abundant living, abundant thinking, and then just blessing that person because to realize they had above and beyond experience with somebody. And so that's one of those things. Oh, wow. Y'all forgive me. So that's one of them things where if you take, now I like that, the 777 rule. That somebody else named it that and made it that, but it's really supposed to be 14 every 2 weeks. Do that every 2 months, do the overnight stay or something like that. And then every 2 years, do a kid-free vacation. And that's more realistic because of a kid-free vacation every 7 months. You got money. You got money. And everybody ain't got that. And even going on a date every week, for one, it's hard to find time when you got a busy schedule and you got kids. It's hard to find time because to get away from the kids, especially for the people with kids, to get away from the kids, you now got to pay a sitter if you ain't got a family member nearby. So most people ain't gonna have that. So now you got to pay a sitter, and even with your family, you still want to bless them. And then you got to go out to the date. And here's the problem with viral relationship advice, those little viral bits and pieces is, and even with my 3 Bs, I just found out that a lot of people think that brand mean you got to be a talking head online. From the video I made and I was saying that these men don't want a woman that is online giving people advice on how to live their life, or I mean relationship advice, that the women who give relationship advice online is shooting themselves in the foot, because a man is going to come try to prove them wrong and show them that they don't know what they talking about, or a man don't want her at all because she is a know-it-all and she giving advice knowing that she don't fully understand men, and she giving women advice about men. And so that'll make a man look at her like, okay, she ignorant, or she attention seeking, or whatever it may be. And he knows that he could be wrong, but just to avoid it, he just picks somebody else. And so they put themselves in this silo, they put themselves in this echo chamber, and they actually be hurting their chances of meeting a man by giving advice on something that they don't even have yet. And it's just like the lady who do the single show, and I think they say she's single and can't get a man, can't keep a man. And then the few clips that I seen of her, she have to talk so boisterous, and she got to be like, I'm a boss, I make money, I got money, you got to be this, you got to be that for me to sit down, for me to be this. And it's like she came into that money accidentally by going live and doing them lives. And now it's like she got a money, she got brand, and so, and she have to state that, and she got to wear it on her forehead. No man want to deal with that. No man want to deal with a woman wrapping her worth up in her brand and having money and being busy and all of this. Like, a man want his woman to be soft and supple and soft life, and be able to up and leave, and y'all just go on a vacation around the world for 2 weeks, and not be a prisoner to your brand as a woman. For a man, it's different, because a man is the provider. A man is the one who's supposed to provide. But a man don't want a woman who her brand is bigger than the family, bigger than the kids, bigger than those things, because that's her touch. That's where she is way better than him at. So if he got to take and so a lot of women don't realize a brand is also who you sleeping with. A brand is your reputation. A brand is, you could start a blog, you could write a book, you can start a company without that having to be you giving relationship advice. I was specifically talking about the women online who is talking and giving relationship advice to other women, and they don't have a man. And everybody was like, well, Tony, don't that go against the 3 B's? No, it don't go against the 3 B's. The 3 B's is create something you can't be fired from. So that's a blog. That's a t-shirt line. That's a sock line, like my wife got. That's a becoming an author. That's, even if you want to talk and be a life coach, it just be a life coach on things that really pertain to women that ain't got nothing to do with men. Like, you don't have to be a life coach that give advice on men. If you still trying to get a man and you looking for a man, you want a man. And so that's the thing with viral dating advice, is we take it and we apply it. So now somebody trying to go on a date every 7 weeks. I mean, every 7 days. And they literally is spending $150 to $200, or they going somewhere for free, and and somebody else getting mad because why we always got to go somewhere for free? Why every time we got to go on a date, I'm out here walking, throwing my bike out of place, sweating like a camel, walking around the lake 19 times, where all the other women get to put on makeup and get pretty and put on 6-inch heels, and they get to go out. They get to go out to a nice dinner and have 3-4 courses, and you got me out here walking 3-4 courses. Like, how am I do this? Like, why we always got to do that? But that's because instead of taking and saying we're gonna go on a date every 2 weeks, or we gonna go on a date, we gonna alternate paid date, free date, paid date, free date, or we're gonna go on a date and our budget is $100. Now we trying to fit what social media done said. So now social media done said this right here. So now we trying to fit that. And then boom, now we hurt. Now we hurt. So that's what you got to realize and understand. Where if it come down to it, got to get to that place to where you able to realize, y'all forgive me, my wife FaceTime, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Wife at Airbnb. So talking about that. So this what you got to realize, this is the type of stuff that be seeping in there and it'll have you caught up. You have to do what works for your relationship, because it's kind of like this right here. And I never forget, like when I tried to introduce the Dave Ramsey financial piece to my house, my wife threw up. Like it was a ick. It was like, man, I'm not walking into the grocery store with an envelope of cash when I got a debit card that I could swipe. Like, okay, like don't try to take and put that man stuff on us when he went bankrupt. He had to be that drastic. He had to be that dramatic. He went bankrupt. He overspent. He over leveraged. He was being greedy. He went bankrupt. You don't have that same story. You don't invest in real estate. You're not bankrupt. You're not. So why do we have to be that drastic when every single transaction I can look and see how much money I have in the bank account? I can swipe the card. It keeps the transaction. Now I know how much I have left. Why do I have to take out cash, put it in an envelope when we're not in that situation? Me, I'm looking at, well, this worked for these other men. This worked for their household. This worked for them. And then what I realized is, like, for me, that also would have put constraints and restraints on me to where I wouldn't have been as creative and as ingenuitive and as innovative, because now I'm like, you know what? I don't want to have limits. I don't want what I can afford to fit in an envelope. Like, I don't want to have limits on my family. And so it made me push. It made me create. So that's why I got 15 websites, 15, 20 companies, because I realized I don't want to be in a box. But yes, although it was sound wisdom, and I give sound wisdom every day, but what worked for me and my wife might not work for you and your wife, for you and your husband. You still have to look at y'all personality. You got to look. So, for example, if we handle our situation like that, our finances like that, but your person has a gambling addiction, your person has this right here, something like that, got a vice, got a this right here, porn addiction, that right there. It's like, okay, you need those constraints. You need that set budget. You need that money out the ATM into the envelope, because if not, you ain't gonna have a house to stay in, because he'll go put the pink slip up on a bet. And so that's what I mean. So you can't say, oh, well, that's how he do, so let me do that. But it's like, oh, Tony got 7 cars. Why I can't get some more cars? Well, I might not care about a repossession. I might need it to work harder. I might do it because I'm faithful. What you want many cars I got if you cheat? You don't need no extra cars. You got extra women. That's why I got cars, because I ain't got no extra women. Like, that's my outlet. That's my little thing. And so that's what you have to realize. You can't get caught up in the stuff you be seeing online, because it be lies. It be lies. We all struggling. We all going through. We all learning lessons every single day. We all messing up every single day. Every day we tripping and hitting our face. Every day we going through. You got to realize that. So you have to look at what you got. So with that viral date, and I'm going to tell you like this right here, don't listen to nothing you hear on a podcast. Don't listen to nothing. These podcasts, that's how you don't listen to nothing that they say. Nothing. Create your own system. Like, take everything with a grain of salt. Create your own system. I give advice every day, all day long. Take it with a grain of salt. Create your own system that works for you. Another lie that y'all have been taught online is toxic independence. Woo! That toxic independence. I don't need a man. I don't need a woman. I don't need nobody. Decentering men, decentering women, decentering marriage. I did a promo post on a site today, and did a promo post on a site, and hold on. 11. And people in the comments, who's dating? Nobody date. I mean, who getting married? Nobody want to get married no more. Marriage dead. All this right here. And it's like, wow, boy, look at all these sad, sick people that just mind all over the place, mind messed up, like people just ignorant. And that's toxic independence, whether it's from a man or a woman. And just like the lady that y'all told me about, the MJ Gray lady. No, was it? No, not MJ Gray. Can't remember the lady name. Maybe it was MJ Gray. Whoever it was, the lady was decentering men, telling women, don't get married, focus on you. And then she went and got engaged. The other lady, Wizard Liz, she telling women all this toxic independence. Then when it got in a relationship and got played, you have to look. We are not created to be alone. So independent needs to be interdependent. Independent is meant to be interdependent. That's what you got to realize. Y'all give me 1 second. So listen, if you talking about you don't need no man, you don't need no woman, you don't need nobody, but deep down you really want somebody, you going into the relationship the wrong way, you gonna be spitting in their face, you gonna be mistreating them, doing them wrong. So now you mistreating them, doing them wrong. You mistreating them, doing them wrong. And next thing you know, boom. They don't want to be with you. You so independent. Never forget. Lady told me with the guy she was dating, went to the store. She bought a CD and a vacuum cleaner. Handed him the CD and she picked up the vacuum cleaner. Toxic independence. You got to get past that. And a lot of people go through it. Depending on how you raised, you go through it. You got to be willing to ask for help. You got to be willing to say, hey, I need your help. Can you help me? You can't be afraid to do that. And a lot of people are afraid to do that. Got to get past that. Got to. Because it'll hurt you. It'll ruin you. It will break you down. So listen, don't be listening to these people. You need somebody. You want somebody and you need somebody. That need to be your mindset. I'm not meant to be alone. I want to be with the person for me. I would rather be alone than be with the wrong person, but the right person exists. The right person is out there for me, and I want to meet them. That is what you need to tell yourself every single day. I want to meet the person that's out there for me. It's too many single men and women. And if you're on here right now, y'all need to get on Destiny. Tell all the single men, get on there. Get on there. The last lie that still it flow right in with all the rest of this is unrealistic expectations. My. Unrealistic expectations. Men expecting a woman to sleep with them every night. Women expecting every man to make 250,000 or more. Unrealistic expectations. Expecting to meet a man that's gonna be 6 foot tall, 6-pack of abs, 6 inches or better, 6-figure salary, all that right there. Remember what I just tell y'all? You want the 666, you're gonna have a devil on your hands. People forgot I'm the one made that up. You're gonna have a devil on your hands, but that's unrealistic. It's unrealistic. Everybody talking about Sierra, what prayer you prayed? Russell Wilson 5'10". Y'all let's say 6 foot. So do you want what Sierra got for real? No, you want what Sierra settled for. You wanted what Sierra had. Your list is future. You see, that's what a lot of stop arguing with me. Stop arguing. I'm telling you, your list is future. What you need is present. That's Russell. It's not now one of y'all lists, except for the women that I meet that is 4'11" to 5'2", that's okay with a man under 6 foot. That's what you got to realize. That's what you got to realize right there. So it's one of those things to where it's one of those things to where you got this situation and here you got this here expectation. And I'm gonna be honest with you, like seeing the world, seeing how things going, seeing what's going on and all of that. That's why I've been coaching my clients different. I've been coaching my clients with a lot more realism, a lot more realistic stuff to where I'm really helping my clients see and know and understand, like, hey, listen, like, are you being beat on? Are you being cheated on? Are you being abused in any form? Okay. If the answer is no, them personality quirks. Oh, that right there. Oh, them personality quirks. You have to work through that. You have to work through Them personality quirks. Tell you that right there. Y'all forgive me. Forgot to write one of my clients back. Got to get through it. Because if you leave because of preferences, you're gonna be single the rest of your life. It got to be they going against your core beliefs, your morals, your values. It can't be you don't like the way they chew food. You don't like the way they communicate. They talk too fast. They talk too loud. They shut down. It's like, are you being abused? In any form. Now, if it's any form of a now you got a leg to stand on. If not, you got a human who is different than you, and y'all need to work it out. Y'all need to figure it out because that's why we got so many single people because nobody like friction. Nobody like discomfort. Nobody like not being able to have everything their way. And it just ain't realistic. It ain't realistic. It ain't gonna happen for you like that. So I need you to realize and understand that you got to weigh everything against your spirit. You got to create your purpose and your plan as far as love and relationships are concerned for yourself. And you got to do what works for you. You can't do what work for me if it don't work for you. If it worked for you, great. But don't just base your life off of that. And you got to be careful who you listen to. The main thing you need to be asking anybody you listening to online or anything you listen to online, you need to ask yourself, would I trade places with them? Do they have the life, even the perceived life that I would want? Like, for example, I'll hear a woman say something online and I'll be like, okay, man, all right, man, she putting my wife to shame. Like she talking about a woman ought to do this right here, do this right there every day. But then when I really look at the woman and I really process, I'm like, that's a different type of woman. That woman probably was a HO. That woman is a HO. So that's why she got that tape. I can't expect my wife to be like that because my wife was never a HO. So I can't take, like I seen this lady, she said that y'all know girls trips. We doing this, doing that, talking about they sleeping together. Talking about any girl she take on a girl trip, she sleeping with them. So when I seen that, I'm like, dang. So that's why you doing? But then I had to think about it. Oh, this is a bulldigger. So of course she's sleeping with them. She into women. She by that like she like a man. She basically a man. So that can't apply. But guess what? Because the lady was pretty and you just don't know it, you just think you looking at a regular person. Then I had to think about it too. This is how I break it down. I said, okay, the fact that she said that online, say something about her mental health and where she at mentally. The fact that she's telling us and we don't care about your sex life and what you're doing. So what are you doing? So basically then I started to really process like, okay, she literally is out here casting for her next victim. She literally saying this so women will get in her DM who are into women, and she letting them know if you come over here to me and come with me, we get in that bed. So at that point, I'm like, that's no different than a man getting online and saying, hey, I'm not flying you out to just look at you. Everybody know if you getting flued out, you getting touched. And so I had to think about that. Had to think about that. And that's what I want you to realize and process. So, hey, get this through your mind. Y'all gotta forgive him. I don't get an hour undivided. You know, I take care of a lot of people. So y'all understand that. Anybody on here new and don't know that. Man, I eat this Friday. Because I got to take care of a lot of it at one time. My life ain't normal. My life ain't like everybody else's life. So I got a lot going on. Got the boys' summer program. So I'm talking to them boys, and they getting their flights and getting everything situated. And one of the boys, I got to meet up there in Chicago and then fly from Chicago to Minnesota with him because it's a prep school that want him to come there, and he want to go to a prep school his senior year. So I got to fly there with him and, you know, support him and visit the school and all of that, and then fly back. And so, you know, I getting all that coordinated. And then we had to rent 2 different vehicles because we got 2 groups of boys. So we had to rent 2 vehicles, only could afford 1 van. Then I had to get an SUV. So I had to pay both of them $800 a piece. One of them actually $920 because it's on Turo. So they charge you $120 to deliver the van to you and to pick it up. So got all that right there going. A lot going on. And I still got to book the hotel, flights booked, vans booked. Now I got to find a hotel we can get in, get that situated. And I'm up here like I'm a travel agent. Can't trust no travel agent because they got to get paid, so that they might have me paying most. Hey, now listen, Wi-Fi went out. Wi-Fi went out up here in the boondocks in my office. Wi-Fi went completely out. disappeared, and then came back. Y'all see how that worked? So to the people who trying Destiny and it gets stuck, or you got to refresh, or you got to start over or something like that, that's technology. Seeing people in the comments, oh, it didn't work for me. Oh, that's technology. Instagram don't work half the time. Facebook don't work half the time. Twitter don't work. TikTok don't work. Everything crashed. Just like my internet went out. Whole internet went out. Disappeared and then just came back and just reconnected just like that. That's life. Sometimes you got to reset. Sometimes you got to troubleshoot. You got to figure it out. She ain't panic. A lot of people probably fell off. People probably still sit in the comment talking. What's going on? What's on with that? What's on with that? Boom, right back. Got to pick up where you left off. That's a life lesson. Stuff happens. You can't get frazzled. Can't get razzle and dazzle. You just got to get right back to it. Reset, get back to it. Hey, this Tony Gasson. God bless you. Had me a little bit of breakfast today and ate nothing else. I'm sure finna go get me some, put on this here stomach. But God bless you. Keep your head up. Keep going. And we'll be in touch. All the important links in the description. Thank y'all for the support. Boy Summer Program, Destiny app. If you are single, make sure you get over there. We got intentional daters only. Get on over there. It's only one match a day. We need more men, of course, because we got a lot of mature women. We need all the mature men. So tell all the single men you know, get on there. But hey, God bless you. Keep your head up. We'll talk soon.